Welcome back to Pilates Chakras Tarot, and we are on to the second reading for Taurus with the birth number 6. So now that everyone's had a reading, I'm starting to move into your second readings, and the readings are for the month of December. So for those Tauruses that are born on the 6th, the 15th, or the 24th of May or April, this reading is for you. Also, you can look at any placements that you have in the zodiac sign of Taurus to read for your planetary placements in your natal chart. All right, so therefore you would find out what house it's in, whatever planetary, what planets reside in that house of Taurus. And you can read for that planetary alignment, all right? But this reading is personalized for Taurus with the birthday on the 6th, the 15th, or the 24th, sun, moon, rising, and any of your other personal planets like Jupiter, Saturn, Mercury, and Venus. And then, of course, you have the collective planets as well that you can read for. Now, in Taurus right now, we have Jupiter in retrograde and Uranus in retrograde. Jupiter will be going direct at the end of December on the 31st. So there will be lots of amplification in the sign of Taurus. So look out for that, Taurus. Let's get ready for it. As your fellow Taurian, I do believe that it is time to get ready for big things in abundance, things that will come to fruition. All of your manifestations, the harvest of your thoughts, action, and deeds, all right? So I like to start out my readings with getting the energy or the theme of our reading where we are currently. And again, I always like to reiterate that I'm doing the birthday. I use the birthday to give us a little bit more insight on our personalized reading, okay? And these readings are for the current and in the now, the present moment, not the past, not the future. It'll give you a little peek into the window of the future, but more so to help you with guiding you on this journey of your daily life, okay? And the 6th, the 15th, or the 24th, if it falls on a Tuesday, a Thursday, or a Friday, those are your most serendipitous days where you can expect to have things come to fruition and or to plan and devise a plan based on your days of the week. And if it falls on the 6th, the 15th, or the 24th on a Tuesday, a Thursday, and or a Friday. Also, the number 6 is ruled or is symbolic of the planet Venus, and that's the Venusian energy, which is a feminine energy and a very magnetic energy. And the number 6 is very magnetic and very admired as well. So let's look at the card that came out for your energy. It's the Water Rabbit, the sweetness of quiet love. Oh, how apropos, the Venusians that you all are. I just talked about being admired, being extremely magnetic. I think that speaks to your energy, the sweetness of the quiet love. Also, the number 6 is the motherly love as well. We can be nurturers, and we cultivate that energy, which is very giving, loving, and can be very sensual all at once. So I think that's very apropos. And it's the water rabbit. And we know water represents your emotions. And I think the rabbit sitting in that lotus flower, and we know that the lotus flower is, the beauty of the lotus flower is that it blooms and seeds at the same time in murky waters. So in murky waters, you have this beautiful, pristine flower that emerges out of the murky water. So there's things that perhaps that you're working through in the quiet moments, and it lends to the sweetness of that moments of silence, those moments of silence, all right? And it also seems as if this is in the dawn. This picture takes place at sun. No, I don't see the sun in the picture, but at dusk. Okay, but she's also, this bunny is also illuminated amongst the petals of the lotus flower. And I'm going to go to the book and just read. This is also card number 40, which is reduces to 4, which is about your stability as well. So perhaps the earth and water energy stands out for you. But of course, I'm going to read from the Chinese 5 Elements Oracle deck. So number 40. Let's look and see what the water rabbit has to say. And it clearly is standing out in the more mature pillars, because it's at the end of the book here, right? Which signifies the pillar happens to be growth, wisdom, and knowledge. Okay, so the water rabbit, and the sweetness of quiet love. As one of the 4 special pillars with divine support, the water rabbit appears as a sign that your spiritual team is here to support you with love and guidance every step of the way. Listen to their wisdom, represented by yin water in the heavenly frequency. The gentle, agreeable rabbit, a pure yin wood sign associated with the nature in bloom, is the diplomat of Chinese zodiac. Naturally skilled in bringing people of all kinds or backgrounds together to collaborate and contribute their best. Her strength lies in her readiness to bend and yield to adapt to life circumstances. Your guides are more than ready to help you attain everlasting love that will take you to a new phase of life. Open yourself to that love by simply being your most authentic self and accepting your loved ones as they are. Discover your unique gifts and explore what inspires you to be your best self, and encourages your loved ones to do the same for themselves. Give yourself the space and the creativity to thrive and flourish without losing yourself to another. This card highlights the quiet power of love as the force of the divine feminine. The yin attracts love by becoming that love. Instead of pushing and competing against the flow, the yin manifests and pulls positive energy by simply allowing and surrendering to the flow. Relax into the quiet, and you may realize that you're already surrounded by love. Your guides are easier to connect with when your mind is as clear as water in a calm lake. Recognize their presence and divine assistance, which can come through feelings, sounds, and visions. Okay, that was from the message from the heavens. Let's look at the message from the earth. The rabbit awakens the muse within. Express yourself creatively to discover the many colors of love. Beautiful. Okay, and as I mentioned, blooming and seeding simultaneously. So perhaps there's something that you are birthing at this time. Also things that are they're probably dissipating out of your world, that you're bringing forth other attributes, other creative forces, or should I say, producing newer, or you're transforming things and transcending energies that are currently, that you have struggled with. Okay, because the lotus flower is a sign of being in the darkness. Okay, being in a space of maybe doing shadow work. I'm not really getting that, but maybe the space of quietness is one that is dark, that perhaps it signifies something that you need to kind of walk through it to to see, to really see clearly, to come out of the darkness into the light, out of the situation currently. And being in the quiet and the stillness is going to help and assist with that. Also, it pointed out, I recall it saying something about collaborating with others. Like the number 5, you all are entertainers as well. You love to entertain your friends and your family. Okay, perhaps there's something that relates to that too in your world right now. But let's continue to hash out this message. So the water rabbit, the sweetness of quiet love. So I'm going to go to the chakra deck just to see if there's any messages from the chakras that wants to be revealed as well throughout this message. And after I get a card from the chakras, then we'll really pull from the tarot deck to hash it out fully, this message. Okay, let's see if there's anything that the divine and that your spirit guides want to reveal. The sweetness of quiet love. Yeah, sometimes you know, appreciating the quiet, that being in your solitude, in your own space. No distractions, no diversions. Just you, and the divine. Okay. Determination. And this is the solar plexus. Determination. So card number 7. What is it that you need to persevere? What is it? What are you persevering right now? You need to persevere in whatever the activity is, whatever the thoughts and deeds are, the action that you need to take. You need to be determined to achieve those goals, to pursue those avenues. And again, I was getting the lotus flower is speaking loudly now. There's something that's blooming and seeding simultaneously. And it's something that you need to persevere and have determination. Exerting yourself, putting forth the effort to bring those things about out of the quiet, out of the stillness. And it will be bittersweet or semi-sweet, super sweet, whatever, however you want to describe it. But it will be sweet nonetheless with that determination. Okay, so that is the solar plexus, and I am going to ring the solar plexus bell for you. So take a deep breath, inhale, and you exhale it out. And we'll do 2 more deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Lastly, inhale completely. Exhale it out completely. Self-determination. Don't give up, because the divine is present, always, everywhere, equally present. And I think that's self-explanatory. I will not read from the book on that one. Just remain steadfast, determined to achieve your goals, your dreams and pursuits at this moment in time. And let's move to the Muse Tarot by Chris Ann to hash out this message further. The sweetness of quiet love. Check in with your emotional feelings, with your emotions on a daily basis. Just check them regularly, sitting when you're in the quiet, and ask, really kind of assess your feelings, assess your emotions to help you kind of figure out why you feel that way, and being present with your emotions. That's more important, being present, because you are entitled to your emotions. We all are, whatever it is, good, bad, or indifferent. Assess them, evaluate, and then that will allow you to completely take responsibility and take authority of those feelings, those emotions, giving you the right to be in that space at the moment in time. Okay, let's see if there's anything that the Tarot wants to tell you about this message. What is it? Ask the question. What is it that you want to know? Think in your mind right now. What is it that you need to know? And the Four of Pentacles is on deck, okay? And that's about holding on, stability. That rose is there again, lots of pink, lots of that love energy again. That's strictly your energy too. That's the attractiveness, the beauty of your essence. And own it. Completely own it. Don't overthink it at all. But if there is something that you're holding on to tightly, ask yourself, am I being stubborn? Am I being too restrictive? Am I being too, why judgmental is coming up? I'm not sure what that is. Judgment is coming through. I see a camel in this photo as well. Perhaps you are living in the Middle East. There is a lot going on right now in Persia, in the Middle East. And it is very emotional right now. It's a very emotional energy that's happening, but there's a beauty in it all. When it's all said and done, because no one can escape what's happening in the Middle East right now. So I send love. I reciprocate that love right back to you. So stay steadfast, stay determined, because you are being guided. I had this deck kind of turned upside down in my hand, so I am going to take them upright, though. Eight of Voices. The Eight of Voices, that's the Eight of Air. So that's the sword energy, Eight of Swords. So there's some light at the end of the tunnel. There you can see the light through the darkness. But right now it's very dim, and you are beginning to open your eyes and have a sense of relief. And then we also have the page of emotions. So a lot of emotional energy here, lots of water. The bunny rabbit is sitting in a pond on her lotus flower on the lily pad. And then you have the fish. And what it looks like could be a waterfall, at the end of a waterfall, at the depths of the sea, into the depths of the sea. And the fish are jumping up towards the waterfall. There's abundance coming through. There is abundance. With this determination, there will be lots of abundance in your world. So please do continue to have faith, be steadfast in the quiet. And then we have also, here's another picture of water, and this is the page of emotions. There's newness here. There's something that's bringing about a copious amount of newness, of love back. Again, I said something about reciprocating the love back to you. As you can see, her heart is illuminated here. And there are tiger fish surrounding the heart. So the fish right now to me, is a Christ energy. Christ consciousness. It is present. Your heart is being protected. And that color red is standing out for me in that dress, and that's a power color. Be empowered. And there's also a waterfall that's depicted here as well. So there's plenty coming through. There is an abundance coming through. And I mentioned that we are moving into more of the Jupiter as Jupiter moves direct. We're going to experience more of the things that Jupiter has been stirring up, and kind of in waiting, or not in limbo, but just in waiting to just find or just received, conjuring a lot of the benefit of this Taurian energy, the attributes of the house that you're in, that Jupiter's in for you and the Taurian zodiac sign. But it will be manifested in abundance. It will be manifested in abundance. So it is happening currently as we speak. And it's just behind the scenes, though. It's all behind the scenes. I am thinking that I still need to pull more from the Tarot, see if there's anything else before I go to the final communication from the Wild Mystic Oracle deck. Just turn this deck upright. Okay. Knight of Emotions. Wow. Knight of Emotions. So that's like the Knight of Cups. You have the Page of Emotions, and you have the Knight of Emotions. There's a progression. You know, we have to move in step. We can't get out of step. So we gradually grow and move forward. So there's a charge here. With the Knight of Cups, there's a charge forward, movement forward. There, we're not moving backwards. We're moving out of that page of emotions into the sweetness, into the light. We're taking charge. The more we stay determined in our goals, in our objectives, never losing faith, never giving up, there will be a charge forward. And let's see what the Wild Mystic Oracle deck has to say as our final communication. Let's see what the Mystic deck has to say. Because that may be the end all. This is going to be the end all be all. I feel like there's so much more. And perhaps there's no need to continue to try to figure it out, because the theme of the reading is the sweetness of quiet love. It's just time to be in the moment of stillness, in your reprieve, a respite, taking respite at the moment. No need to do anything. The Four of Pentacles, the Four of Materials. Just be who you are. Don't doubt yourself. Yes, allow the light to shine through you, to move forward. Through you, the light moves through you, in and through you, and out into the world. And that is the charge. Taking your energy, your message into the world. And you come in contact with so many people because you just attract. You're magnetic. You're attracted to you. That's your essence. That's who you are. So people will discover, and they will listen, and they will feel you. You may not even have to speak on it, because you being determined. Just going to take that. A lot of cards might come out on that. So we've got adaptation. Adaptation, which is the octopus or the squid. And it's interesting because I was looking at that in her dress. If you see the bottom of her dress or her blouse, there's movement in those like little fringes, which are like squid or octopus arms. So adapt to change. If there's change in your feelings, your thoughts and your feelings, again, that leads to you letting go, not holding on too tightly, but being softening, not being as rigid in your emotions, not thinking that things are never going to change if that is your thought. So let's go to that card. Let me go to the octopus. Let me see if it's the squid or the octopus. Which one is it? Squid or the octopus? Okay, it's the octopus. All right. This card represents adapting to new situations, flexibility, and adjustment. Octopuses are fascinating, intelligent creatures with the ability to adapt to their bodies in many ways. From camouflaging themselves by changing the color of their skin, to mimicking the movement of other marine life, to squeezing in and out of incredibly tight spots. They are even capable of leaving the water for a time to avoid predators. Much like the salamander, octopuses are regenerative creatures capable of regrowing limbs and can disguise themselves with shells and sea debris to avoid detection. This card symbolizes adapting to your surroundings with ease and agility. It is the ability to think on your feet and outside the box. The octopus's card may urge you to read a situation from a new angle or to take a new approach to your problem. The octopus is a creative problem solver, and this card encourages you to be the same. Take a step back and do not get tangled up in a crisis. Regroup and begin resolution afresh. And that's what all this water is about, all these emotions. That's what it is about, the progression from the page of voices or page of emotions to the night of emotions. Right, there's that newness, that blooming and seeding simultaneously. Also, the freshness, being afresh, anew in your essence, in your determination, and letting go. Not holding on too tightly, not being so rigid, so that you can see, and appreciate things that are coming and happening anew. Don't give up. Just be determined. And it's a good message for the world, really, because of what's happening. We all need to adapt to this change that's happening in the world globally, because there's truly, we're never going to be the same after what's happening in the Middle East. It could never be the same. It's going to bring about change, and we must be ready to adapt to the change, like the octopus. These creatures have the beauty of being like a chameleon. They have the tendency to be able to shape, shift, and change color and camouflage themselves in the midst of chaos. So that's about being in the quiet love. Putting yourself in a space of, at the moment, to be aloof, away from the chaos, and be in a space of reflection and meditation, and how you want to continue in this world. How do you want to be shown in this world? Don't become hardened by what you see or what's happening in the middle of chaos. Remain soft, remain adaptive to change, adapt to change, remain pliable, flexible. Don't harden your heart. Keep your heart center open. The only thing you can do right at this moment in time is to stay determined. And victory will be yours. And that's what I have, number 6. That's what's coming through. And I kind of feel the intensity of this reading, or the struggle. There's a struggle in this reading. Here is the one card. This is the only card, which is the 8 of Swords. But in this deck, it's called the 8 of Voices. And it's not real. You're coming out of it. You're unbounding. You're changing your way of thinking. You're changing the way you see things. We have to see the bigger picture. We have to change the images in our mind, in our thoughts. And trust and know that everything happens for a real good reason. There's never a bad reason. There's never an adverse reason why this happened. It happened for a very good reason, to change the dynamic of the world. We can no longer continue to coexist with one another and think of each other as different. You know, we're different in our own ways because we're our own individuals, but we all deserve peace, love, and happiness, respect, honor, dignity. And when we learn that, adaptation becomes a virtue. We all become chameleons or octopuses in this case. All right. So number 6, I hope that this message resonated in some way for you. I hope you were able to ask the question of the cards and of spirit, what does this mean for you? And you were able to get some clarity on what it is that you needed, an answer to, or to just find a space of equality, equanimity even. And I think this depicts the card of equanimity, the water rabbit, the sweetness of quiet love. So thank you for being here, and I shall see you and have another reading for you shortly. Peace.